All right. We're back. Another Scrabble Go community tournament bonus round. Um, it's a new opponent this time. Abdul Assis. Congrats to Abdul on being the fourth winner in this series. And without further ado, let's dive into the game. Um, okay. He starts out with yeast. All right, I think he's. Hi, Abdul. Congrats. Let's have a good game. Okay. Um, all right. So I start out with the Z. We like to see that. So, um, definitely thinking that something like cozier or crozier in this spot will be good. Cozier is not as many points as cozied, but we definitely don't want to keep two R's if we can avoid it. Is there a play to the Y of yeast? I don't think so. Also, it's worth thinking about overlapping plays like this, maybe. So that scores 32. We got a number of different options here. I think while CDR does have some good synergy to it, the R forming a nice bridge between the C and the D, I think I'm probably favoring Crozier or Cozier here, cozier here, um, simply because they score a little bit better, and um, that CRD leaf in particular is probably more reliant on having open vowels on the board to play to. You'd like to have an E or an A or an I or something like that to play through. After a play like Zori, which overlaps yeast on the board, I'm blocking my two vowels. So the value of such a consonant heavy leave is reduced slightly. So for me, it's between these two plays. The question is, do I get two extra points of value on my next turn from keeping this R? And I think I might, just because crozier is a noun and cozier is an adjective, and this would take a pretty heavy S hook, whereas cozier does not. And I think the R actually pairs really nicely with this open S, although it's not that likely to stay open. So I'm going to play cozier. It might be better to play crozier. It's really a hair splitting thing, so we're going to start with this play. And see what we draw. Ooh, okay. So I'm now feeling much better about keeping the second consonant, given that I just drew five vowels out of the bag. So because I kept that second consonant, it was a bit of a hedge against these types of draws. Now I should be able to do something on my next turn, whether it be even something as lame looking as de-ice through the C here, getting rid of three vowels. At least it would leave the IER leave for me next turn. Whereas had I only kept the one consonant, I could be in even more trouble than I am right here. So, okay, we'll see what happens when Abdul makes his next play, but we've got our game underway now. Okay, another move has come in from Abdul. Let's see what he's played. It's 34 to 43. So let's have a look. Nice play. So he had two A's and two N's. Duplicate tiles. So that looks like a nice word to play. Maybe he even has a third N or third A, which would make that play even better. So, of course, that play obstructed the S and the T, those two good letters that I was hoping to hit with my leave on that last turn. I'm definitely thinking that de-ice is the idea for me here. Let's see. Can we find... Oops. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. My blue stack's there. Freaking out. Another idea other than de-ice might be to play aid here. The nice thing about this play is that I have an R. An eider is a word. So I would be able to potentially play an R bingo there. Of course, after a play like aid, his play is going to be in this spot a lot of the time. But maybe he plays to the C instead, and that gives me a free crack at eider. So that's an intriguing idea. Let's just pull the tiles back. That was 17 points. De-ice, on the other hand, scores about the same, one fewer point, and makes a lane here to hang pretty much any 7. Almost any 7-letter word is going to fit there. This is a close one. I think, much as I was going to play that, I think I'm going to play this instead, and the reasoning is just because I get 1 more point. That's nice, and then this hook is definitely very flexible with that R. Of course, the R does like to be at the end of words, and if I draw a bingo ending in R, it's not going to play in this spot because it needs to be the 5th position of a 7-letter word or earlier in the word. This is pretty close, actually. I will do this. Let's do this play and see what we draw. Ooh, okay, not great. So, still struggling in this situation. Let's see. I don't think I have anything through the C ending in Y here. The play that jumps out to me in this situation is probably this. Airy. Strange looking play. A lot of vowels get used up in this word. It would score 26 points and get a lot of the clunk off of my rack. I'm pretty much going to be forced into a play like that. I guess if that gets blocked, I do still have this. For 19, it leaves a consonant. I don't think I have great plays here. This doesn't, yeah, that's a big point sacrifice. If that spot stays open, I'm probably going to want to play my original play there. So we shall see what Abdul ends up playing in this position. Okay, time for another move. Let's see here. Is this going to work? Yeah. Okay. Abdul plays Vose, which quite neatly blocks the original spot that I was going to play all these vowels off. So now I need to determine, I don't think it gave me, I mean, Viney here, that doesn't help me. It's no way to go down with it. So barring, I think what that's going to mean is I have to play here. This play scores 19. The nice thing about it, oh, we don't need this video part. It scores 19, and am I on camera there? There we go. And it uses up 3 vowels and a Y, which is kind of a glorified vowel anyway in a lot of situations. So I don't think I'm going to do much better than that. Let's go ahead and play this and hope for something balanced. Okay. It would be a bingo through the C if it were in a different place of anti-rock. I don't know. I think given the ski, and I blocked my own skiatron, of course, through the S. But yeah, given the state of this board, it's going to be very difficult to bingo unless it's a 7-letter word going down here, or an 8-letter word from a T or through the A. That's the money shot right there. You can hit this A. So I'm sort of in a position here where I have to hope that Abdul opens the board in a way that exposes a tile that I need. It's very difficult to see um, where that's going to happen. I guess my saving grace is that he did just play an S. The odds of him having another S are pretty good. Maybe he'll play something through the A that puts an S out in space, and then I play Skiatron going down. That's as good as I got. Other than that, I might have to play something like Icona or Anorak in that spot. I don't think there's a great way for me to play a K here. Or maybe just something through the C, like Knock. Um, Either way, not looking great in the early going, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Abdul plays on this next turn. All right, it's time for another move. Let me see. I think my audio is okay. Yes, it is. Let's see what's happening here. Baka is played. Nice play. Getting rid of the B and the C. Doesn't give me anything out in space. The letters that I might have needed here. What it does do is it creates a nice place for me to just play OK for 26, I guess. The sneaky thing about this is that I actually have my streaming software here. I actually have the possibility of following up with this hook of aka if I do that. So given that all of my, well, not all my consonants, but my N and my R fit as hooks to OB, it's possible that I will get a 7-letter word that plays down this lane right here with a bunch of hooks. So the leave of AINRT, train, that's a pretty good leave. I would like to draw, if I draw an E, that's going to push it over the top to be really strong. So I think given that I can get 26 points with this play, that's probably about as much as I would get with a play using the K from this A over to the double word. But I can get the same amount of points and leave really superior bingo tiles. Again, if I'm just able to draw an E, I'm going to bingo a lot after this. So let's see if I do. Okay, not quite. This is very, very close to bingoing. I would need an E for attainer or reattain. I don't think I have anything here. So again, I'm going to be somewhat beholden to Abdul's next play. If he's opening the board, maybe I'll get an E out in space. But otherwise, just something like this is going to score pretty well, even though it's only 1-point tiles. 26 points, it's not terrible. I might have other options that open up for me. But he's playing it very close to the vest, so I'm at some point when I get really good tiles, I'm probably going to have to open the board myself. So we'll see what he does next. It's kind of a race right now to get that first bingo down. Whoever gets that first bingo down is going to have pretty firm command of the game. So hopefully that's me, but we'll see. All right, it's time for another move. You can see the game is still really close. Let's see. All right, no openings. I'm not getting these big opening plays that I was hoping for. In desperate need of an E for a bingo here, as is so often the case with the E. Definitely the tile that turns a lot of these low point racks, those nice 1-point consonants. The E really helps that. So now, all right, let's think about this. So pa is played. That does create some really nice overlapping possibilities with epee right here. So this is extremely threatening as a scoring spot, but of course I don't have an E. And this spot that I made is also somewhat threatening too, again, because of what I was talking about before with the aka hook, also oka, that is also a word that would play, in addition to, I guess, maybe sometimes ska will play, but usually you'd see a bingo if ska is going to be played. So there's not a ton that I can do about this that doesn't give a lot back because I don't have an E for this spot. The only way I can block this area is by playing something here. And of course, as you can see, this does more harm than good. If I play something like this, it's going to give back the triple multiple directions. So it only scores 14 points as well. So I think what I'm going to do is play one of the options in this spot, which I think I noted that train was possible here. I think actually tiny little nuance here. Rather than play train, I think it's ever so slightly better to play trait, just because one of the very few things that's open on this board right now is this T. So if I were to get lucky and draw something to the triple from this T, my odds of doing that will increase if I actually use both of the T's that I have on my rack right here. So for example, if I play train, instead, it's a very similar play. It's almost identical, but my odds of drawing a bingo starting with T that hits all the way across are much lower when I keep a second T, as opposed to when I'm able to use my T up instead. So let's try that. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have a bingo here. I don't think I have any spots that make a ton more sense. This does have the negative of giving back a triple, but at the same time, this spot is often going to be the scarier scoring spot of the two anyway. So by giving this triple back to Abdul, if he happens to have his best play be right here, I will actually be the one to benefit from this spot if I draw something that's not as good for getting a bingo down. So let's hope for the best. Let's see what we get. Taking a really narrow lead, and I'm hoping to get a bingo. Ooh, okay, no bingo, but I drew the X, and as you can see, there's a really nice spot to play the X right here. So at the very least, really off the beaten path here. It's going to be hard for Abdul to play in this spot with some of these nice spots open. If that spot were somehow to get blocked, let's see, I have this for prob. I mean, I can play something like, well, I guess I would play gap or gip in this spot. That's 28. I definitely think I would probably favor playing something like axing to the triple if that were available. So that will score 41. That's pretty good. And then I guess another idea, which this scores 34. That's fewer points than either of the other options, but it keeps easily the best leave of INGS, right? So the ING combination is so powerful here. I'm pointing to my letters, of course. That is very likely to turn into a bingo. Even on this difficult board, I feel like the odds of me drawing something through the A or potentially down from here, starting with S down from here, are pretty good. So a lot of options available for me next turn. We'll just have to see what Abdul plays, whether I get my big 50-point X play or I do something else. Okay, new turn has come in, and I can see I'm down by 60 points or so. So let's see. All right, a nice bingo is played to the triple. So trait kind of backfired, although there were still going to be bingos in this spot had I not played this play right here, opening the triple, but I did give him maybe a few extra points, 72. So for me now, I have to decide where to play. And I think it's pretty clear with, I think it's pretty clear that with this spot open in the top, I have to play axe right here. And again, the INGS leave, pretty good. The P with it, maybe not quite as good. I would really like a lower point consonant to go with this INGS, but for this many points, I really do have to play this. And I actually have, if I had a U, I would be able to play rupee in this spot right here, right? If I could just, that would be really cool to fit that. But I don't have that. I just have this. So let's do it and hope that I draw a bingo. I'm not down by that many points. Not quite. Two consonants to go with this. I really needed a vowel there. But I'm still pretty close, and at the very least, I can play something like if he can't fit a word to the triple word score here, I'm going to have amping for 42 points, leaving RS, which of course is a really nice, solid leave. So there is some hope for me here. But yeah, I mean, I still have this S spot here. Oh, wow. Oh man, I forgot that coziers is a word. I doubt that that's going to come up. I see that that's in the green. That means that's a word. I totally forgot that was a noun. Anyway, I know that's valid too. So I have a couple spots for my S on different spots on the board. Just got to hope for the best here. I'm only down by 14. So I think my chances are still decent. But if he drew a bingo right after his previous bingo, I could be in some trouble. Okay. Here for another move. Pump my volume up a little. I have a helper today. She can help me find a good move. She's very happy to be helping today. All right, so all right. There. Okay, let's see what Abdul has played in this game. Okay, he just plays if for 28. So to me, that could mean that he has 5 really good bingo tiles, or it could mean he's got a lot of consonants and no real way of accessing this triple word score that I'm about to hit. So it's not really clear to me what that means for him. But either way, my best play for sure, I think, is going to be amping here, simply because it uses 4 consonants, scores 42 points. That's a ton of points. It accesses the only triple. Well, I guess this one is technically available with prob as well, but it's certainly the most I can get, and leaves the beautiful RS combination. It's going to fill up with, if I get a good mix of vowels, and I really, really need an E. That's what we're hoping for here. Let's hope we get one. So it's a perfectly tied game right now. Okay, well, really wanting some vowels, did not get them. So the odds of me having to exchange next turn are extremely high. So we'll just have to see what Abdul does. It's a tie game right now, but I'm cruising towards taking a 0 score on my next turn. So let's hope for the best. Okay, let's see how bad the damage is. All right, I'm not losing by that much. He just plays 1 for 12, which is a little ominous, because a low-scoring play leaving, or low-scoring play using, I should say, low-scoring tiles indicates that he could be close to a bingo, which would be very bad. I do not think I can play this. I think 11 points is good, but I need vowels much more than that. The question is, okay, I have the last S's, so I think I really don't want to give up the S's. How many vowels are left? 4. 26 tiles remaining in the bag. It looks like there's a bit of a shortage of vowels here. There are no A's left, only 4 E's. 6, 10, 13. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 19. All right, it's not as egregious as I thought, but it's still a little bit consonant heavy. So I think I have to exchange tiles here. The question is, do I keep this T Or do I go down to just SSR, or do I go down to SST? Let's look at the board and see if we can figure this out. So we have S hooks here. So if I draw a bingo that has an S in early position, I should be able to play either here or here or here. This RSTS is a nice combination, but I think I need vowels more than synergy here. Like, it's great to keep a bunch of consonants that work well together, but without the vowels, it's really pointless. So we have to get those first. 2 R's and 1 T left. Normally, I would rather have an R here, but I think I would rather still have an R. This is what I'm going to do. Let's hope I don't regret this and draw another R. Let's try this. Okay, I got some vowels. So that's, I don't think I have a bingo. I'm looking around. I don't think I have a 7-letter word here. Desurfs. I don't think that's a word. But the nice thing is I will be able to do something like just surf here for 35. That's going to be a lot of points. So basically, given that I have the last 2 S's, what I'm really looking to dodge from Abdul here, I really need him not to have the other blank. If that's true, I should probably be okay to just hope he doesn't score very much and then use one of my S's and then the other, hopefully for a bingo. So we'll see. We'll see if that's how this game proceeds or if Abdul's going to have the upper hand. All right. Another move is in. Let's have a look. Burn. Wow, okay, so putting in N in the triple lane, and I don't think I have a great way of, doing anything. Oh, wait, I do. I can play in surf. Okay. So here's the thinking here. I either play in surf for 30 or surf here for 35. And if I play surf here for 35, I get to keep an E in my leave, which dramatically increases. Oh, I think my mic is coming in hot here. Sorry, everybody. It dramatically increases my chance of getting a bingo down next turn. 5 points is a lot. I think I pretty much have to take these points and hope for the best. I'm going to need some more vowels again, just because this spot right here is only really usable if I could start with a vowel. And I don't know, this N isn't particularly hopeful for bingoing, but I'm going to basically even the game. I guess kind of what I'm hoping for in this situation is I play the F. That incentivizes Abdul to play to this triple, and then I draw a bingo that plays down through this spot. So that's how I hope the game will progress from this point. Let's see. Let's see what I draw. Oh, I turned volume off. Sorry about that. Okay. Close. These letters are good. These letters are pretty good. I don't think there's anything like stringed is not available here. If this spot still stays open, I will have something nice like fidget here for 39, but ultimately, I think my odds are pretty good of getting a bingo down if Abdul plays to the triple in this spot. So I think that's what we're gonna hope happens here. Okay, there we go. Another day, another turn. Abdul's score is such that I bet he did play from that F and create. Oh, nope, never mind. He played on the inside of the board. So great job by him to grab a bunch of extra points and not open anything. But I'm going to open now by playing fidget, I think, unless I'm missing something I really shouldn't be missing. Rigiest and rigidest through this eye. I don't think I have anything through the N. If I did, I would hope I would see it other than stringed. So I really think fidget is the play. And I really hope to redraw some of these vowels. Scores 39, opens the board. I would love to get a bunch of vowels. Maybe the second blank. Let's see. Okay. I mean, is that just because there are very, very few to draw? I mean, there are some still coming. Um, so I'm up by 4, but this is really bad timing. There's no way I'm going to be able to make a good play next turn. And depending on how many tiles Abdul plays, I may not even be able to exchange. So I'm up by 4 right now, but my prospects for the future are pretty bleak. We'll see if I can pull this out. Okay, another move is in. Doesn't look like the score is too out of hand here. Sorry, that score is not right. So yeah, here we go. Interesting. Okay. Abdul plays woo here. Now, this does take an S. It's a noun, meaning a sound. So, no S's and a blank left. Q, U, U. So, without question, I have to exchange here. The question is what to exchange. I think I'm going to exchange both of my L's because there is an L unseen. I really don't want to draw another one. G and definitely the V. Do I want to keep the N? I don't think so. Let's count the vowels and consonants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vowels. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. I think it's okay given the... Oh man, the interesting thing is Abdul has played woo here. He's played 3 consonants, which indicates a very large likelihood that he has more consonants on his rack, or he would have tried to play a vowel. Let me get the drawing thing up. I forgot to put it up. So, yeah, because he's played 3 consonants here, the odds of him having at least maybe a D or an L and an M are pretty high. So what are the options for me here? Either he has a bunch of consonants on his rack and the unseen tiles in the bag are almost all vowels, in which case maybe I keep the N. Or he kept a boatload of vowels and I should just keep SR. The N is also not as great given that this one is already open. So if I keep another one, it messes with my ability to hit that spot. Okay, let's just exchange down to RS. It's very, very likely that a ton of vowels are coming, so I need to... Oh man, I'm really tempted to keep this N as well. Given that he's played WHW. And there are more, but I also really want to get that second blank. And I do at least have RS. Like if I draw 4 vowels here and 1 consonant, at least I have RS that can still potentially turn it into a bingo. All right, let's go for this. Ooh. So I now have a triple here. If Abdul does not block this spot down in the lower left of the board, I'm going to play unsolder for 140. I think that's how you would say that. I think it's like solder, like a soldering iron. I don't think it's unsolder, but we'll have to check on that. But yeah, this would be pretty huge. Do I have other stuff? First of all, do I have a 7-letter word on this rack? I don't think so. It would be a shame to miss that. But yeah, the N is definitely looming large right now. Is he going to block that? So again, if we look at the tiles that are unseen, I just threw a bunch of consonants back into the bag. So I know that I just exchanged LLVNG, right? So I just exchanged LLVNG. So that means the tiles that are potentially on Abdul's rack here include the Q and the U. So if he has the Q on his rack, it's almost impossible. Sorry, let me make this more understandable there. So anyway, oops, hold on. So if he has the Q, it's very unlikely that he's going to play in this spot, which will give me the winning play there. So we'll see. This is interesting. I don't think I have a 7, but we'll just have to wait and see whether he blocks that N, and we'll go from there. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if the spot gets blocked by Abdul. He had the Q. So he had the Q. He had to play it. No good place down in this area to play. And I'm going to have a humongous play here. It's actually worth doing a little bit of math here, actually. So 37, I'm currently losing by 49. I'm going to be scoring 140 points, which will put me up by, wow, so sad I can't do this math. Let's just pretend I'm down by 50, so it'll put me up by 90. I can't tell which way the direction goes. So if I'm up by 90 and I'm drawing 3 tiles, I actually can lose this game if I get hit by a hard enough bingo in response. So if I play this and go up 90 and he has a play down from the T, for example, or if he has a heavy enough hitting play here, it's possible I can lose. Obviously, I still have to play this, though. We're going to find out what he has. I would love to see that second blank find its way onto my rack. Then I'm pretty sure for sure I win. And there it is. IG blank. So Abdul has DLLMNOV. And that's just not going to get the job done. So that was a very narrow escape for me here in this game. We'll see how the last couple of moves finish. But wow. Yeah. Very, very close to dropping this game. Well done to Abdul. I just got a really big break that I had such a big play and that he did not draw the blank, because had he drawn that after quoted, I could easily be losing. Okay. And it's time to finish this off. I don't think I have a play with Chi here. I think probably I will just play something like Gip. Is that 16? I know it seems heartless that I try so hard to maximize my points here. 16 in both spots. So that'll do it for this game. Very exciting. It could have gone either way for sure. But I come out on top against Abdul Assis. Congrats to Abdul on winning the 4th iteration of the Scrabble Go community tournament. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you next time.